Some people treat breaking the law like it's a shortcut, forgetting that shortcuts often come with unexpected detours. The stories you're about to see reveal how a single reckless decision can set an entire chain of events in motion. Let's take a closer look. The store clerk stayed calm, cooperated, and made it through the robbery without being injured. The suspect may have gotten away that night, but security cameras are often what help police write the ending to the story. This shoplifter rolled into the supermarket on an electric mobility scooter and rolled right back out with stolen steaks. Just days after receiving a suspended sentence, he managed to upgrade it to a prison sentence. That's one expensive grocery run. This thief stuffed his backpack with bottles of wine, thinking he could quietly walk away. Instead, he accidentally left behind a knife, giving investigators exactly the clue they needed. Sometimes the biggest mistake is leaving behind your own evidence. This couple thought a late-night store robbery would be worth the risk. Instead, they left behind injured victims, plenty of evidence, and eventually a prison sentence. Crime really isn't the shortcut they hoped it would be. He thought he could keep running after multiple 7-Eleven robberies, but the cameras, the investigation, and the police had the final word. The chase is over, and justice has finally arrived. Nine shoplifting trips and one unpaid fuel stop later, Wasim Khan finally ran out of luck. He kept returning to the same store for alcohol and chocolate until officers from the prolific offender team ended the shopping spree with an arrest.
Hello!
Well, that robbery plan fell apart fast. One fearless Aussie accidentally interrupted the whole thing, proving that bad guys don't always get the lucky break.
Oh, look at the kid.
They really clocked in like it was a demolition job. Smash the glass, raid the registers, crack the ATM, and then leave with free appearances on the evening news. He wanted everyone to be intimidated, but I couldn't stop laughing at those pants. A belt would have been the smartest thing he brought that day. These thieves cleaned out nearly $15,000 worth of equipment from a garden supply store, probably thinking they hit the jackpot. What they really did was leave investigators with a long list of stolen items that are hard to hide and even harder to sell. Nothing ruins a home invasion faster than realizing the homeowner is ready to fight back. Those four guys ran out so fast they probably forgot why they came in.
How are you guys so wicked? What is wrong with you?
The two women walked into the store like they owned the place, then walked out, leaving behind a pile of stolen merchandise. Nothing says a robbery went wrong, quite like abandoning your entire haul. They stormed into the store, hit the registers, emptied the check-cashing office, and sped away in a white pickup. All that planning for a few minutes of cash isn't worth the consequences waiting afterward. Now that's real courage. Off-duty or not, Officer Maharaj didn't hesitate for a second. He put his own safety on the line, stopped the suspect, and held him until backup arrived.
What are you doing? Hit me. You're not allowed.
Catching a shoplifter is one thing, but this escalated way too fast. What started with empty your bag at the self-checkout ended in a full-blown fight that shocked everyone in the store. Imagine throwing your entire future away for one bank robbery. The surveillance cameras captured it all, and Colin Smith's reward was a life sentence instead of the payday he expected. That thief picked the wrong house. The armed homeowner was ready to defend his home, and the break-in ended a whole lot faster than the suspect expected. Huge respect to this woman for standing her ground. 3 intruders broke into her home, but they quickly learned she wasn't about to give up without a fight. Breaking through the roof to steal luxury watches sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. The difference is that movies end with applause. Real life usually ends with detectives, evidence, and a courtroom. They thought the roof was the perfect secret entrance. Turns out, it was also the beginning of a trail that led investigators straight back to them. Crime gets a lot less clever after the first mistake. Imagine putting that much effort into stealing from an ATM. If they worked half as hard at a real job, they'd probably make money the legal way. He walked into the store expecting quick cash, but the clerk didn't panic, and the reinforced glass became the biggest obstacle. Sometimes the strongest part of a store isn't the lock, it's the person refusing to give in. She showed up expecting nobody to notice, but the homeowner was one step ahead. Sometimes the best defense isn't a confrontation, it's simply letting someone know they've been caught.
Can I help you with something?
Can I get a drink of water, please?
Camera.
Huh?
You're on camera. You better walk away now.
Okay.
She walked into the store thinking she could walk out with free stuff, but small thefts often come with big consequences. Four suspects broke into a business in the middle of the night, forced open a toolbox, and grabbed several cell phones. They had a plan, but turning a quick theft into a serious crime is never a smart trade. This guy installed extra security after losing a catalytic converter, and less than a day later, someone showed up trying the same kind of move again. Talk about terrible timing. The thief picked the wrong driveway that night. Breaking into a store might seem like a clever idea for a few minutes, but repeat offenders eventually run out of luck. This time, the plan ended with an arrest instead of a payday. He grabbed the wallet in seconds, but forgot one tiny detail. Borrowing Dad's car for a robbery is a terrible idea. Dad ended up solving the case faster than anyone else. They yelled, called the cops, and looked out for each other. That's what happens when a neighborhood stands together. Sometimes, the strongest defense is a community that refuses to back down. One person linked to multiple car break-ins? Sounds like he turned stealing from vehicles into a full-time job. Hopefully, someone recognizes him before he picks another target. No stolen items, no damage. Just one person realizing they picked the wrong property. Sometimes the best victories are the ones where nothing happens because a bad decision gets stopped early. Coffee should be the strongest thing at Starbucks, not fear. Threatening employees over money is a terrible choice here. He started the robbery by taking cash, cigarettes, and the employee's phone, then somehow ended up giving the phone back. It has to be one of the strangest robberies ever. Half robbery, half returning stolen property. He started the robbery by taking cash, cigarettes, and the employee's phone, then somehow ended up giving the phone back. It has to be one of the strangest robberies ever. Half robbery, half returning stolen property. 7 thieves thought a string of smash-and-grab raids would make them rich. They stole luxury goods worth nearly £100,000, but the Met's flying squad tracked them down fast. Now they're sharing 22 years behind bars instead of the loot. He walked in, acting like an ordinary customer, then suddenly pulled out a weapon and grabbed the cash register before making a quick escape. He may have fooled people for a few seconds, but he won't fool justice forever. She filled her suitcase with shoes she hadn't paid for, then threatened people just to make it out the door. At that point, it wasn't a shopping trip anymore. It was the fastest route to serious criminal charges. They weren't looking for a specific car. They were looking for someone who forgot to lock one. It's a good reminder that one click of the lock can save you a whole lot of trouble. This person was counting on nobody being awake, but they picked the wrong house. One alert, one quick reaction, and suddenly, that confidence disappeared. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment robbery. They planned it carefully, cut through a wall, waited patiently, tied up the employees, and took the money. It's hard to believe someone would put that much effort into avoiding an honest day's work. Who needs a shopping cart when you've brought a giant bag? These two treated the store like an all-you-can-carry event, then walked out with their haul. The robbery was serious, but let's be honest. The underwear mask completely stole the show. Imagine explaining to your friends that your disguise was literally a pair of underwear. That's a lifetime of embarrassment waiting to happen. Someone walked into a store looking for easy money and left behind a situation that hurt an innocent employee. It's hard to understand why anyone would risk another person's safety for a crime. Four suspects broke into a jewelry store in the early morning hours, wearing gloves and hiding their faces while stealing a large amount of jewelry. They planned the break-in carefully, but every crime leaves behind clues they can't erase. Five robberies, the same routine, and the same bad decision over and over again. Walking into restaurants demanding cash might seem like an easy shortcut, but it usually leads somewhere nobody wants to go. These suspects showed up at 3 a.m., broke into a business with a crowbar, and walked out carrying a safe like they were on a shopping trip. The problem is, stealing heavy things usually comes with even heavier consequences. Nine suspects were arrested after a violent incident involving weapons in the parking lot of a residential complex in Moscow. Whatever they expected after all that chaos, ending up in police custody probably wasn't part of the plan. Publix is a place to buy groceries, not a place where someone tries to rob the store of all the money it made that day. Looking back, these stories all point to the same truth. One reckless decision can grow into something far bigger than anyone expects. Patience, courage, and clear thinking often leave the strongest impression. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share to support the channel.